Hi folks, this is another video in the series of my interactions with my higher selves. And a lot of people have asked, how could I meet my higher self, myself, effectively at the same time? How could I exist in two places at the same time? Well, that's called bilocation. Okay, but this is how, because I asked the same question when this was happening to me, and this is how my higher self explained it to me. He said that I was incarnated, that he was incarnated. We are one. You see, that's the nature of our misunderstanding here. We see ourselves as individuals. We don't understand how the universe works. But anyway, I incarnated here in 1950, 2nd of January 1950, and I had a soul contract. And so I lived my life, and when I got to the age of 53, things were happening on our planet, and some higher selves decided that it was time to come and make themselves known and to teach me stuff, because for some reason they felt that I could handle the information that they were going to give me. So I first met my higher self, Maha, and he's from a different dimensional structure. I'll explain that. And then I met my higher self, aiazmir, who is me, before I incarnated here. Now, how is that possible? Well, it's when we incarnate here on the planet, we incarnate into a hologram of reality. Okay, and a hologram is just like a stage on which we are the actors, and the time that we experience here is just a sequential number of events and experiences that we have. And so in the universe, we have many different timelines running at the same time. So we are experiencing ourselves on many different levels at the same time. But we don't understand that here, so we separate from that experience, and we see ourselves as individuals having an individual experience and an individual separated experience from everyone else. But that's not how the universe works. It's like a hologram's like a movie, and you might be watching a movie on TV, for instance, and you decide you don't like that movie, you want to watch another movie, so you change your channels. And that's how we move into different realities. So we can actually change holograms. We just don't understand how it works. And they explained to me how it works. Time and space and holograms work just as a timeline on a wave of energy. And so we have those experiences in that wave of energy. But because we have been dumbed down here and have lost our values, have lost our standards, reduced our standards, we have bad attitudes, our thoughts are created for us, our emotions are created for us. So we are kept in lower frequency timelines. So when I had to go to meet my higher self in a higher dimension, I had to raise my own frequencies. So that was about like being able to tune into a different channel of reality. So time and space are just part of the holographic system. They don't exist in the universe. So when I met my higher self, people have asked me, was he my future self or my past self? I said, no, he is me at the same time. Now, how does that work? Because every event and experience you have in your life has 12 timelines of potential energy. So they create a wave of energy, a coherent wave of light and sound. So they are coherent with each other. And the potential timelines create each one of those 12 potentials has 12 probabilities, which creates 144 probabilities for each, for each event and each experience. And then for each one of those 144 probabilities, there are 12 possibilities. So for every experience you have, which creates 1,786 possibilities. So we exist, the timelines on which we can jump to exist simultaneously. It's just a question of raising your frequency to jump to a different timeline. And if we keep getting stuck down here on lower frequency timelines, it's like we've handed over the remote control of our lives to someone else and saying, yeah, I'll just keep watching this movie. When we have the possibility to change the movie, to change the hologram. And it's just about how we think, how we feel, how we act, how we speak, the values and standards we have, and the attitudes we have. And that's what I'm teaching on my courses. How we can change the timeline of reality. Because in a sense, when people speak about the ascension, the ascension process, we are in an ascension cycle where the probability, the potential probability and possibility is that much higher. So we are in that cycle. And we can change timelines and go into a different state. And people say, like, how did you meet your higher self? Well, in a sense, it's just changing the channels. Not sticking to the understanding that we've been indoctrinated with. By thinking differently, by feeling differently, but espousing new values and standards, and developing attitudes that would be able to lift me to higher timelines. And then it was just some mechanical tricks I learned, to do that. The breathing, imagination, the toning, sound toning, that's all just energetics, of how we can change our hologram. So I hope this has been of value to you. So I'm going to do a lot more videos on this over time. Possibly you'll understand a lot better, but that's how I could be there and here at the same time. because what I did is I lifted me here into a higher frequency timeline. Because there's 1,786 of us. Each one of you has 1,786 possibilities of experiences, all existing at the same time. So when I raised my frequency to a higher timeline, I experienced myself on a higher timeline. Crazy as it may sound, but that's how it works. Love you. Bye.